Let me get on YouTube real quick so I can share this on Twitter. What is up, guys? Chase Oliver here, bringing you my WWE Royal Rumble preview and predictions. It's casual season in professional wrestling. It's Rumble season in professional wrestling. And I'm not alone. I got myself another special guest for this one. A two-time repeating guest on the channel, formerly of Off the Rope Show, Mr. Routt. Mr. Routt, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. You know, Royal Rumble is my favorite pay-per-view because even if like all the matches are shitty, there's always the Rumble to look forward to.
Yeah, the Rumble, I don't know what it is. I always feel like the Rumble pay-per-view was always a hard one when I used to review regularly. Like, I always felt it was like such a hard one to review because, yeah, you could review the matches, be like, oh, the matches weren't so good, and everything like that. But then it's like, I still enjoyed the Rumble match, even if the Rumble match was kind of It's like one, and it was always a hard pay-per-view to review, but it's always fun to predict. It's always fun to get people on here and talk about the Royal Rumble. So that's good at least.
See, that was always my favorite one that we did for Off the Rope Show was the Royal Rumble because we always played the Royal Rumble games and stuff. And like I have a group of friends and we still do that and stuff, but it's not as big. Like it used to be like we had 50 people in there and now it's like we have 4.
Yeah, my friends, we still play the Rumble game. In fact, with my group of friends, I got entrant number 1. Last year, I was a fanboy of Dakota Kai, which was okay by me. And, God, who was? Hurricane. I had Hurricane.
Seth Rollins. I think I had Seth Rollins last year.
Yeah, I had Dakota Kai and Hurricane. So that was kind of a bummer. Those were kind of bummers because Hurricane, like, he was just booking. Like, he wasn't really wrestling. And Dakota Kai, I hate to say it, I'm not an NXT type of person, but I did watch when I would see, like, the commercials, like, Dakota Kai goes against Raquel Gonzalez.
You'd be like, that's my guy. You can
like, I'll go watch that. I'll watch Dakota Kai. And I did the whole, she does this. I don't know why she does this, but she does it. So, yeah, I checked it out. But, yeah, I always liked the Rumble game. That was one of my favorite things. And what I like about the Rumble cards, too, is that I don't know why, despite the Rumble matches might be going like an hour long, the card goes by fast. Like the card really goes by faster than most. And sometimes I'm really weird. I hate the matches before I hate the other matches. I'm like, yo, can't you guys just make the pay-per-view the Royal Rumble? But I think like then people are going to be missing out on some star power if that's.
They'd have to do like 3 Royal Rumbles. They'd have to be like that. They'd have to do the 2 women's and then they'd have to do the 2 men's. And then it'd have to be, and this one's for the next tag team champions.
Yeah, that'd be maybe that's the thing. Tag team Rumble coming up soon. But anyways, we are here to predict the 2022 WWE Royal Rumble, as I always like to call it, casual season. This is when the casual fan starts coming back in. I start getting a little bit more text than usual about pro wrestling. I'm all like, why are these people? What's it called?
It's because everybody fell off from their sports teams because football's wrapping up for the season. We're getting close to the Super Bowl, so
yep. So and then this is when wrestling becomes more fun to talk about. This is when wrestling becomes one of the things that people want to discuss and everything. So that's why I also like the Royal Rumble as well. But anyways, Mr. Routt, we're gonna go ahead and talk about this wonderful card, this 6-match card that's easy to remember. Look, if there's anything that was announced on SmackDown, anything announced for the pre-show, I ain't watching no KFC, Honey Barbecue, Mountain Dew Kickstart pre-show. I'm not watching that. I am watching the WWE Royal Rumble. Okay, that's it. When Peacock,
but you gotta get that smoke, Chase.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get that smoke. When Peacock hits 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, that's when Chase Oliver tunes into the Rumble. I'm not tuning
7 o'clock my time.
I ain't tuning in at 4 p.m. to hear Caleb Braxton and the crew talk about the Rumble and spoil one of my favorite things in pro wrestling, the video packages. I love the video
packages. Come on, man. Booker T's going to be on there probably talking about
shook it, duck it, quack, quack. I really feel that this is the year for Damian Priest. That's what he's going to say.
5 time.
He's going to say something like that. He's just going to say it was like the year for this.
It's like, just like Shawn Michaels will be there and he'll be looking over that way and talking about him like, I don't know, there's a lot of guys in NXT I can see moving up here.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. But anyways, and especially with the whole Forbidden Door, everyone thinks there's going to be some crazy Rumble appearances and surprises.
But does it really matter? I mean, because they're not going to win the Rumble. It's like Deshaun showing up on AEW last week. Cool, but what's it ultimately do at this point?
And some people really get like that. That's like their thing. They really like and enjoy, what's it called? They really like and enjoy.
I like when they bring back these people, but usually like when some of these people come back, like it's worked out that there's going to be a program with them afterwards. And that's why it used to be exciting, because you'd be like, oh, Jericho came back at the Rumble and now he's going to work a program with somebody. But now it's just like, we're going to bring in, I'm not going to say anybody I'm going to predict, but we're going to bring in this person. Yeah, it's a one-off. That kind of sucks. It's cool, but it sucks too.
I'm personally excited for it. I just want one person and that's it. But anyways, let's get started with the Rumble. Let's start with filler match number 1. You have to get big-time Becks on the card somehow, and this is the best way to do it. We got ourselves Becky Lynch defending the WWE Raw Women's title against Doudrop.
A match 15 years apparently in the making.
Oh, yeah. This goes back to the European indie scene when Cesaro and Sheamus and Wade Barrett. In fact, Doudrop's the reason why Becky Lynch quit wrestling at one point and went to clown college. I mean, this is a feud that we never wanted and that we thought we would never see. And now we're getting it. Finally, we get this match. And when it comes down to it, Becky Lynch is winning. I ain't gonna.
Yeah, let's not even pretend here. Becky Lynch is winning it because like what they're setting up potentially with the Rumble,
Yeah, Becky's winning.
Doudrop is not a big enough contender to be taking down Becky at this point. I mean, Bianca Belair would be the most like sense right now, especially since they didn't pull the trigger on Liv Morgan.
Yeah, Doudrop ain't Piper Nevin's Doudrop. She ain't winning no belt. So now we go on to filler match number 2. We got to get Edge on the card somehow. So let's go ahead and do Edge and Beth Phoenix taking on The Miz and Maurice.
So you know how torn I am on this match because I'm a huge fan of The Miz and I'm a huge fan of Edge.
Yeah.
But I think you see where my loyalties lie.
Rated R superstar. Look. I get it. This was probably like what Vince told Edge. Vince was probably like, "Edge, do you want to be in the Rumble?" And Edge is like, "Am I winning? No, you're not."
I was in the Rumble last year, dude.
Yeah, like Edge ain't going in no Rumble unless he's winning. All right.
Right.
Like a lot of you guys may think like, "Oh, this is a waste." Look, this is the only way they could get Edge on the card. Edge ain't going to go for a title match if he ain't going to win because you got to build up Edge's match at WrestleMania. This is a good, safe filler match. My only complaint is and what a lot of people have been wondering is like, when was Beth Phoenix such a mega star for WWE that they've been pushing her like she was like one of the greatest of all time? Like, look, Beth
was with Santino, maybe.
Yeah, like Beth was good, but like we put in her like as like a top tier greatest of all time. Oh man, like I get it. Like she's with Edge, sure, but just because you're with Edge does not make. It's like Michelle McCool. She's with Undertaker, yes, but that doesn't mean
her Undertaker.
But that doesn't make her Undertaker. Yeah, exactly. Just like Beth Phoenix, it don't make you Edge just because you with Edge. It's one of those things that I just feel like WWE just didn't. What's it called? It's one of those things that I feel like WWE was just like, okay, let's just get it in there. But this should be a fun match with some shenanigans with the brick. This is a kooky match. Like this will be one of those matches. Like don't expect some Tokyo Dome AEW style match. Like this is just a kooky match. This is just like your friends are kind of the new people coming back.
This is a repeat of John Cena and Nikki and the Bella versus Miz and Maryse.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is for your friends for when they're watching with you and they're catching up with you. They're like, oh yeah, I'm back into wrestling, and then they hear you think you know me, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh look, it's Edge. I didn't know he was still wrestling. Like that's what this match is for, man. This is for.
I just wish it was AJ Styles instead of Miz.
Well, I think they have another idea with the phenomenal AJ.
But who do you think's gonna win, Edge or Miz?
Oh man, I got them. I got Edge. No way.
I think Edge also, but I mean, Miz is coming back from being hot off of Dancing with the Stars and his reality shows going on. I mean,
Yeah, he has all that to fall back on. He don't need to he don't need everything.
Yeah, but like Edge is like still in shape. Like Edge showed his body, and like all I saw was tweets at Jericho of pictures of Edge being like, Edge is older than you and he looks better than you.
And Edge is training really hard, man. Like there was actually, I think the video still up. There's a video of him training, and like he says the way that keeps him going through training is that every Sunday he goes like gets like all these donuts and just eats the donuts on Sunday.
Yep,
And then like on it motivates him again to keep training and stuff. And hey, dude, what I like that philosophy, man. You know, like, make yourself feel like shit one day that when you wake up, you don't want to wake up like that. You know, it's great philosophy. But yeah, I think we both have Edge winning here. All right, Mike, which one do you want to talk about first? WWE title or Universal title?
Let's go Universal, but first let's say hi to JMac19, our one watcher who's commenting.
Yeah, hey, people don't comment a lot. You know, the thing with my channel is now people like to ask the questions and let me give the answers. That's what people want. But now I'm trying to rebuild, redesign, rebuild, reclaim, like the challenger, Seth freaking Rollins, taking on We the Ones, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. The head of the table. I'm excited for this match, man. I've been looking forward.
Seth Rollins is from Davenport, Iowa, so you know, gotta support the Iowa guy.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to just like these two are finally in their prime. Like this is not like 2015, 2016 where they were still kind of like they were being forced in the main event scene, but they weren't really there yet. Now these two are full-blown main eventers. And I love like this could have been for WrestleMania. This could have been something.
Also, both have great characters now. Whereas when they faced each other last time, I believe it was 2019 was the last time they fought. Roman wasn't in the tribal chief position, and Seth Rollins definitely. I believe he was in his Messiah, burn it all down phase. But I mean, as the Drip King, he's like on point.
Yeah, no, he right now is just like on a different level. This is like the funniest he's been. Like it's like all his characters are just like melded down, and he has just like this weird like what is it, like multi-personality disorder? He has like this weird schizophrenia about him. It's like great. I love this Seth Rollins. Like he's like the theme music works too. It's just everything about Seth Rollins right now is really, really good. And it's like the Seth freaking Rollins. Now we have to call him that. Like it's great. It's great. I really like where they're at. And like J-Mac said, it's like Moxley and AEW. Yeah, it's like Mox. You know, we are seeing John Moxley in AEW. This is what it's like with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. They're finally in what we want them to be, and they're finally fighting for the big belt.
But it's almost like they were maybe called up a little too early and didn't have all their training done before they got brought up to the main roster, and they were.
You know that's just how the beast works. That's just how the beast works. They need the talent, demand. But what is your prediction for the Universal Championship?
Universal Championship, I think Roman hangs on to it.
Okay.
I think Roman keeps it. I think we still get Brock and Roman later on, but I don't think that we're going there yet. I think with COVID and everything, it fucked everything up on day one, like literally day one. And I think they've pivoted, and I think we're still going to get Roman versus Brock at Mania, but we'll get it a different way. Hopefully not a fucking waste of a Rumble win.
I agree. I think Roman and Brock is definitely the decision and the move. You know,
I mean, we still have Elimination Chamber in between there, and I mean, that could be a good point where Brock then switches over to SmackDown so that he can face Roman again. Plus, like, I've apparently read his bookings, like he's booked for a couple more Raws, but then after the Elimination Chamber in Saudi Arabia, he's supposed to go to SmackDown. So that's just kind of basing it on what I've been reading.
See, for me, I look at it like this. Jerry Jones, Dallas, Texas. You have to have Roman versus Brock. You can't put anything else. Like, you can't do Roman versus Drew. You can't do Roman versus Seth. It has to be Roman versus Brock. That's the money match. But this is what I'm going to say. I feel like this match is going to happen after the WWE Championship match. And I feel like a certain wise man of the tribal chief will accidentally cost Roman Reigns as Seth Rollins becomes the WWE Universal Champion. And here's why I say Seth Rollins. Fox is the main brand. SmackDown is the main brand on Fox. And if there's one thing I think Fox would want, they want that WWE Championship belt on Fox. That's the belt that they give to the NBA, the NFL, the NHL, the NCAA. Those are the belts that champions get. They don't get the blue belt. They get the WWE Championship. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh, no, don't end Roman's reign as universal. Look. Roman Reigns brought that title back to life. The Universal title was on life support. Their first champion only lasted 2 minutes. We didn't even get to know what Finn Balor was going to be like as champion.
Because of Seth Rollins.
Huh?
Because of Seth Rollins.
Yeah, the title was on life support, though. And okay, we're going to believe Seth Rollins. What about The Fiend? Ugly boogly. The Fiend. And then Goldberg tried to save the title. And then afterwards, he said, like, he came out at WrestleMania. I don't know. Everyone's said that some idiot named Spawn No Man won the title, but I remember in my feed, Goldberg came out at WrestleMania and said, I don't want this belt. Roman's not fighting for it. I won't either. And it was vacated until the Fiend found it at his funhouse. It was like, ugly boogly, I got my title belt back.
Well, and we also have the Usos are banned from ringside, I believe.
Yeah.
But we haven't heard anything about Kevin Owens being banned from ringside.
But Paul Heyman, I also think is someone that I feel like will cost Roman Reigns.
Isn't Paul with Brock now?
No, this is the whole story. They're trying to build up Brock and they're trying to build up Paul's dissension. Where whose side is he on? Type of thing. I like it. I personally am fine with it. But Paul Heyman, see, this is what I'm trying to tell people. I really do feel like Roman already revived the Universal title. Now it's time for him to become the real face of WWE with the belt that makes the faces. Everyone has at least had one gigantic run with that WWE title. John Cena, The Rock. Well, The Rock was more like flip-floppy reigns and stuff like that. But The Rock still held the belt. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, The Ultimate Warrior. To me personally,
well, wasn't it The Rock that debuted this belt, in fact?
Yeah, it was. It was. And also, I don't see The Rock going for Big Blue. I don't. The Rock ain't coming back.
Which is hilarious considering The Rock, like SmackDown is named after The Rock.
The Rock ain't coming back to Hollywood to go after the blue belt. What is this? A big blue condom? We're gonna go ahead and get the WWE title. That was more '90s Rock than current Rock. Current Rock would be like, I'm waking and baking. I'm over here and I'm cleaning and banging, waking up at 4, getting to bed by 11. Something like that. But
I'm telling that no good asshole Vin Diesel, I'm not going to be in your Fast and the Furious movie.
I'm telling Vin Diesel, tell your kids Uncle Dwayne ain't coming for Christmas. You can get Jason Momoa's candy ass, like something like that. I don't know.
Right.
But for me, I just feel like it's like Roman is going to transition to becoming now the WWE champion. Universal Championship, it's fine. It's Danny. Everyone's going to say, oh, don't you think it will ruin it? It won't ruin everything. Just let Paul Heyman's story play out.
I mean, his reign's already beat CM Punk's. Let's just be honest. They want to erase CM Punk from their history books. They did it with Brock, and now they've done it with Roman. So, I mean, at this point, you can take the belt off of him and switch it to a different belt. Because if you're having The Rock come back, that's the belt he's going to want. And, I mean, it just makes sense. But it also kind of sucks to break up the title reign just because of that.
Philip M6 came back from SmackDown. How was that show, man? I don't know. I didn't watch because SmackDown doesn't start until actually right now here on the West Coast. I have it DVR'd for.
How does that work?
So I don't know how the show was. And then Ronan Ghost says that Alberto Del Rio. Oh, I don't even want to talk about that, dude. Oh no.
Plus, we can't get to our predictions yet because we haven't got through the other matches yet. So hold on, I'll get to the predictions though.
Yeah, we are gonna have return predictions and spoiler predictions and stuff. But anyways.
I predict that Brody is going to be in the Rumble.
Oh, the dog?
Yep.
Well, I don't know. There's like 5 Brodies wrestling now. Brody.
Yeah, no shit.
There's probably the Brody Deathmatch one. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe Luke Harper's son. He gets like Brody Jr. Maybe he gets what's it called?
He gets to come out.
Yeah, he gets entered. Why not? He comes out to Luke Harper.
If that is how they break the forbidden door for AEW, I'm totally down for
that. Why not? Give the kids something cool. I'll be down with that.
Like, I know Vince probably wouldn't do that, but fuck it, that'd be funny.
What's up, TN Cooper? Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, Heel Steven, my boy. Heel Steven. I love that kid. But Around the Point, check out that podcast. I'm on that on the frequent basis. But anyways.
All right, so we both said Roman, right?
No, I say Seth Rollins.
You say Seth?
Yeah. And it's
I'll go with Roman just out of the fact that, like, if you're continuing the tribal chief and you want him to look strong, that he keeps it. But, like, it also depends on the other match that we talk about, like the order that they're in and what happens in that.
Yeah, exactly. That's why for me, like, look, these are just predictions. I'm not saying whatever I say. Like, this is where sometimes people, when they watch other people's predictions, they'll be like, Chase, that's a dumb. I know it's a dumb idea. I'm not saying it's a great idea. I'm just saying I'm predicting what I think might happen. And I've watched a lot of wrestling and I've seen a lot of crazier things. And trust me, this is something that could happen. Just like the WWE Championship match, Bobby Lashley could beat Brock Lesnar. And a lot of people might be surprised if I said if Bobby Lashley beat Brock Lesnar via Hurt Lock. And a lot of people will be like, oh, no, they can't make Lesnar look that weak. Lesnar has to be strong as hell before Mania. But people forget this. People forget this. Remember when Becky Lynch tapped to Asuka at the Royal Rumble, losing the women's title match? And then she went on to win the Royal Rumble and main event WrestleMania and hold both belts high in the sky. Did anyone in their WrestleMania reviews were like, well, that was stupid booking by WWE. I mean, Becky Lynch tapped at the Royal Rumble. No, the thing is this. This is casual season. It is short-term memory, big matches that get people wanting to watch. You know, the thing with wrestling fans.
Like, did you see this on wrestling? Because, like, I remember when that happened. Excuse me. A lot of people that I know that, like, are casuals became huge fans of Becky Lynch. Like, the comic book store I go through has a bunch of Becky Lynch stuff up, and it's because he became a fan right then and there. So, I mean, it is very much casual season where you can get somebody to support somebody for the next 5 years if you sell it right at Mania and the Rumble.
Exactly. And just because they might misbooked at this time, it doesn't matter, because WWE is like, it's a return on an investment. We're going to win on this investment every single time. This is like a big investment for WWE, and they're going to have a big year when it comes to making money and all this other stuff. This is WWE's portfolio for sale, if I've ever seen one, of a beautiful transition. Oh, now Rumbles are in stadiums. We're now getting stadium shows for the Big Four pay-per-view. Like,
not a pay-per-view.
A special premium live event on the Peacock Network, $5.99 a month. There, packed.
I'm just saying we got to be progressive and move forward with our lingo and be
the premium, the PLEs, the premium live events. But for me, I have Lesnar retaining. I want Lashley to win. My heart wants Lashley to win. But I got Lesnar retaining the WWE Championship here.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. Like, my heart wants Lashley, but like the fact that like that match at day one was so quickly thrown together, like, why would you? Like, it just feels bad for Big E, and it's like Lesnar's just gonna keep it.
And then even if Lesnar does like have to lose it, he can always lose it inside the Elimination Chamber. That way, it's like it took like 4 finishers. I mean, it's a Saudi show, the Elimination Chamber match, so he's going to be there. So you might as well.
I mean, let's just be happy we're at least getting Lashley versus Lesnar. I mean, it's a match everybody's wanted for years, so at least we're finally getting it.
TN Cooper says,
it's not a shit show.
TN Cooper says, could you see Reigns versus Lesnar title unification match at Mania?
No.
I say no, and here's the reason why. As much as it would make sense to unify the belts, it also just doesn't make sense because WWE has too much names and talent on their roster that they need a second world title just for those people to hold it. Because if you're going to have Roman, because the reason why Roman Reigns' reign of him holding the belt for so long isn't as bad for most fans is because they also have the WWE title where, you know, the belt has switched hands a couple of times. You know, it's a little bit more of like, oh, anything could happen with that belt. If you just keep Roman as that one champ, he's going to go through competition way too quickly because he has to face someone from Raw, face someone from SmackDown. Then you have to find ways to keep people hot at a certain time, and it's too much. It's just too much thinking. And why would you?
I mean, the only reason you do it is if you actually were able to book your U.S. title and your IC title better, but they can't do that big picture, like long term. So they needed this belt to take the place of what used to be those titles.
And then also too, you can't, like, let's be real. You're going to tell WWE, oh yeah, let's not have another replica championship to sell on the shop. You know how easy it is.
That was going to be my other point. They like to sell them belts.
Yeah, they sell. Look, I have two of them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I got one.
Yeah, like the shop WWE. That's so easy, man. You're gonna tell, and the thing is too. The belts, you know, they're always easy to sell. They're always easy to market. It's easy to, you know, put on a poster when they go and making their rounds throughout town. Like, you know, oh, we got ourselves world champion Drew McIntyre, Seth freaking Rollins, so on and so forth. So that's why I just feel like the title match, they're not going to unify the belts. They're not going to take away one belt, especially because Raw's 3 hours, and now you're going to have to expect Roman. And Roman already works like a very light schedule. Like, he mostly only wrestles at live events. He barely wrestles on TV. You're going to have to tell Roman Reigns, oh yeah, Roman, now you have to add an extra day on your calendar. Everyone else doesn't, but just you because you're the champ.
Plus, like, having two belts is able to have two people go out and do media and press and have a different belt in each spot.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, WWE doesn't take advantage of that to the way that they probably should. But, I mean, if they were to do that, that way you could send two people out and you could have one person over here in California and another person in bumfuck Iowa, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And then you have two champions and stuff. And like I said, they have too much of a deep roster to where it's like you can't just have it where there's one unified champion. Unless you do it where it's like, okay, well, we're going to keep the universal belt, but that's the new second tier, like mid-card belt. And that belt can be main eventing, you know, like, unless they do something like that. But then it's like, okay, all that work Roman did to make the universal title important, you're going to just...
I mean, if we're getting rid of a belt, let's get rid of the 24/7 belt, because you fucking just ran that into the ground.
Yeah, that belt was fun. And in the right hands, it was a good title. But in the wrong hands, it's a bad title.
R-Truth was great. Like, I mean, at the beginning, and then it just went on way too long. And now it's just another wasted belt.
Yep, it is. Jackhammer City.
Rumble, or are we going questions?
Oh no! I'm saying Jackhammer City says that his picks are for the Royal Rumble: Big E and Sasha. Not bad picks. But Royal Rumble time. We're going to talk about the women's Royal Rumble match.
Okay, what do you want to talk about first? Some names that might be showing up.
Well, I want to ask you. Who's your Iron Woman in this match, Mike? Who's going to last the longest? I'm not saying winning, but it's going to have the most time that, you know, Michael Cole's going to talk about being like, and this individual lasted 39 minutes last night at the Rumble. You're going to tell us that.
If you want to build her up better, Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan? Okay.
I mean, you've had her lose to Becky Lynch repeatedly. I mean, if you really want to give her that chance, I know that she's not the greatest in the ring, but like, she's learning and she's gotten a lot better. I also think she's hot, but that's just me.
Oh, that's the point. She's hot, so
right. So that's my pick is Liv Morgan. It's an odd pick, I know, but
I'm gonna go with the Queen Charlotte Flair because she needs more accolades. Because why not? But anyways, returns. Who do you have as a surprise return for this year's Rumble?
Kyrie Zane.
Who?
Kyrie Zane.
Oh, Kyrie Zane.
Yeah.
She just left her WWE contract though, so you think she's gonna sign one time to come back? I think she's stuck in Japan.
One time, maybe.
Okay. Kyrie Zane. Let's see. You know what? If you really want to show me that the Forbidden Door is broken, I want to hear Gail Kim's music. Give me Gail Kim's weird, like the.
I don't think Gail Kim would come back based on how Gail Kim feels, though. Like I don't.
No, I know. But if you really want to show me, hey, there's an olive branch, you get Gail Kim.
The one that's probably not that big of a surprise anymore is probably Ronda Rousey.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that because that's in the winner column for me, my man.
Right, exactly. Mine too.
Oh,
I already know how the women's is going to end. Like, how sad is that? But I mean, we've been surprised before. Like,
you never know. You know, well, the one thing that I always say, Rousey doesn't need a win in the Rumble, but She gonna win that Rumble.
But we want people to watch Mania, so we want Becky Lynch versus fucking Ronda Rousey because we want to give it to you.
And hey, Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey, that's a good show. I will pay for that any minute of the week.
Oh, totally. I'm not a huge Ronda Rousey fan, but like, if at least she's coming in to like work a program and not just coming into like, I was in the Rumble. So I mean, it like at least matters going forward. It helps the company going forward.
Oh, and Ronda's such a huge star. It doesn't make any. Yeah, no, she's great. She's great. I love Ronda Rousey. Ronan Ghost says Mickie James is going to bring that hardcore country ass whooping to the Rumble. She still got it in her DNA. Yeah.
I'd like to get in her DNA.
You have to get through Magnus first.
Okay. I mean, she was John Cena's woman for a while.
Kenny Dykstra.
And I mean, I got like a John Cena type haircut going on. So I mean, I guess I could.
Nah, dude. See, your hair is like no. Cena still has some on the front, my man.
I know. But I mean, if I let these,
I gotta get a video sponsor. I gotta ask what's it called, the hair people for video sponsor. I'll send an email. But
Rogan in the other room,
yeah, no. When it comes to the women's Royal Rumble, I feel like who was your choice before you heard the Ronda news? Who was your choice before Ronda came back?
I had two. It was either going to be Alexa Bliss or Asuka.
Okay, yeah. Alexa Bliss makes sense. Asuka was,
but I don't think they're going to have Alexa Bliss really back because like it didn't feel like the clip they showed Monday was the completion of it. I mean, unless like they start the Rumble with that and then we get her like returning, but I don't think her character development.
Please, if Alexa Bliss is number one, I'll be fine with that. I like Alexa Bliss. She's fine by my like. I as long as she comes back to the like that weird theme music that she has, I'm good with it. I ain't going to do anything else. Tian Koopner says, "What about Bailey? It's Bailey."
Isn't Bailey like injured still?
No, she cleared soon.
Oh, then yeah, probably.
I would love a Bailey surprise, dude. Like, you know, Bailey, the one person that got screwed over not having the fans was Bailey. Bailey literally was one of the MVPs of the quarantine era professional wrestling. And I'm not saying just WWE, I'm saying professional wrestling. Like, she was doing a great job, you know, she had put herself in a vulnerable position. She put herself in a position a lot of wrestlers wouldn't want to do. She was massively over as a face. She was a merch mover as a face. And she threw that all away just to be a heel. You know how hard that is for a face to give up that extra paycheck of merchandise to move?
Especially all those years of being a face and having the fan love, like to get just to like turn heel, to have all that hatred thrown at you, you know?
Yeah. It's great. It's like she did a lot, and so I would love for her to get like a huge pop if she comes back at the Rumble.
I honestly don't want her to come back at the Rumble. I'd rather have her come out the Monday after.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like if she comes back at the Rumble, it's like people are gonna. It's gonna be like nah, it's not that bad. I don't know. How do you think people are gonna react?
I'm saying if we do have Ronda winning the Rumble, then I think we bring Bailey back on the Monday after, and like she feuds with somebody else.
I would say, for me, I would say this. Like, do you think Ronda's getting cheered or is she getting booed?
I think she'll get cheered just out of the fact she's been away a while and like because people like her. Like, I know she's kind of trashed the fan base online, but like, who hasn't?
Kind of. She has. She hates the fan base.
Oh, I know. But like, I get it because like there are creepy people in the fan base. There's the people that are at the airport at like 5 a.m. waiting for fucking autographs. There's the people that show up at their house and like, hi, I'm your biggest fan. And like people that wait outside performance centers and like stalk these people. And that's creepy. But like, I mean, people like you and I that just watch the show and then can talk about it. That's different. Like, I'm not running to try and find where Alexa Bliss lives.
No, yeah. We ain't doing that. But I think Ronda's. We both agree. Ronda's going to be the winner of the Royal Rumble and face Charlotte at WrestleMania. Oh, I mean Becky Lynch. I guess.
Is there any other returns you think we get during this women's match? I mean, I know we're getting
The
Lita.
usual, like maybe we get a Tori Wilson. Maybe we'll get the little giggles for Trish Stratus.
Trish
Stacey
Stratus,
Keibler hasn't been around in a minute. I would love Stacey Keibler.
I'm gonna get to meet Trish Stratus in June.
Oh, nice.
At the Hall of Fame, Dan Gable Museum.
Dan Gable Hall of Fame and Museum.
And Jake the Snake Roberts is coming here in like 2 weeks.
Oh, nice. Jake the Snake.
But like, it's $50 and I've already met him, so.
Man, they charge a lot just for an autograph, man. I'm like, yo, what the hell? But
well, last time it was $25. You could either get an autograph or a picture, and I had the kid with me, so I had to get a picture. So now I didn't get a signature on my championship belt because I wasn't pulling out another $25.
Yeah, no, that's too much.
Hacksaw did everything for free and was the nicest guy I've ever met.
Do you think we're ending the night with the Royal Rumble or a title match?
I mean, I'd hope that they'd end with the Rumble.
Me too, but this feel, I don't know why this Rumble feels like it ends it. I could see Roman and Seth.
Okay. You see, if Roman loses his belt to Seth, then I see the Roman entering the Rumble and winning, and then I see him coming out after Brock's match. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
But like, that's a lot of if this happens, blah blah blah.
Yeah, that's a lot of thinking for Vince. I don't think
speculation.
I don't think Vince that wants that. Ronan Ghost says big return is Alberto Del Rio in the men's Rumble. Man, why do we want Del Rio?
Nobody wants Del Rio.
Did Fightful report this? Who reported this? Ronan,
Del Rio reported this. Del Rio is like, everybody wants me to work for them.
Del Rio said it. What's it called? What's like an old ass streaming service? Del Rio said on
Tubi.
Yeah, on what's it called?
Vine.
On Vine that he's coming back at the Rumble. I don't see Del Rio using something new. Men's Rumble.
I'm going to my wrestling website right now just to check. NoDQ.com. There you go, Aaron. If there's a little
Women's Rumble being the opening match, I think that would be a good way. I don't know. I don't like opening with the Rumble. I just feel it's too much sometimes. I like a match.
I want to settle in before like we get to the. Like you got to give me like some meat and potatoes before I start eating the steak.
Yeah, I feel like opening with the women's Rumble is like a bad move too, because like I said, this is casual season. You're going to try to tell people, hey, the event starts at this time. Let people be late so they can be like, hey, what I missed? And it's like, you just missed a women's title match. Oh, okay. You know, it's like.
But Banks is back apparently.
Oh, yeah. She returned on SmackDown.
Oh, okay. I didn't watch it. We're going to talk about the Jeff Hardy news after we're done talking about the Rumble?
Yeah, we can. I don't know what the news is, but yeah, sure.
Okay. Then yeah, okay.
But men's Royal Rumble. My Iron Man for this Rumble is Sami Zayn. Just signed the contract. You got to reward him.
Mine, and this is only based on like the fact that he needs to put on a good showing, I guess, would be Austin Theory.
No. That's not a bad one. Heel Steven on his Rumble show said Austin Theory as well.
Like, I think he's got to go out there and put on a show. Like, I don't think he's going to win, but, like, he's got to put on a show because otherwise, like, what's all this rubbed in for?
I think he'd be a Final Four guy, to be honest.
Totally. He has to be if they're giving him this big of a rub, you know?
I mean, he had a stellar match with the phenomenal AJ Styles. Now, Mike, we're going to do 2 winners for this Rumble. What? 2 winners. 2 winners based off of what happens via.
I have breaking news for the Women's Rumble.
Oh, what's the breaking news?
A source in WWE has told WrestlingNews.com that Paige is cleared and she will be one of the surprise entrants in the Women's Royal Rumble tomorrow night.
Whoa.
I don't think she's winning it, though.
Hey, that's fine. Hey, she's going to get a pop.
It doesn't change, like, my prediction or anything, but, like, it's cool, I guess.
It's great. Hey, she's actually doing something, so I'm happy for Paige.
That's not Del Rio.
What's up, Drake? Oh God. Do you think they would let freaking Paige and Del Rio? No. See, Ronan goes, where's the
There's a reason why Del Rio's not going to be there, because Paige is going to be there.
What's up, Amir? But this is my prediction. So if we go with my storyline, where I have Seth freaking Rollins winning the Universal, Lesnar retaining the WWE title, that prediction is Roman Reigns. But if it's business as usual, if it's just a regular, degular winner wins this title match type of deal, my prediction to win the Royal Rumble is this. I'm going to go with my top 4. Number 4, Matt Riddle. Why Matt Riddle? Look, we've had random Rumble winners before. Matt Riddle, he's already in a storyline with Randy Orton. It's easy to give Randy Orton a random WWE title whenever you want to give it to him. And I think it would be a banger of a match between Matt Riddle and Randy Orton. Number 3.
But why would you do that? Because, like, you'd have to do a lot to, like, get that story there.
You know, WWE rushed Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt's breakup. They can rush the RK Bro breakup, okay? They can rush anything.
But from what I read, Matt Riddle grows Orton's favorite strain.
Yeah, he does. Dude, Orton loves that guy. But now, number 3, the Damian or the Priest. Damian Priest was my number 1 guy up until this week. I've been wanting him to win the Rumble. I think he makes sense. The only reason why he's number 3, I just don't think there's the heel champion for him to beat to get over. That's the only reason why he's only number 3. Number 2, it's hometown boy himself, Randall Keith Orton. When in doubt, go with Randy. It's worked many of times with WWE. You can't go wrong with this. He can either lose his opportunity, he can face whoever's the WWE champion, whoever you decide to make as champion. It is a Randy Orton type of way. But my number 1 pick, and ever since this team got broke up, I had to choose him, the phenomenal AJ Styles. He has done so much in the career of WWE. He has done so much in his professional wrestling career. I feel like Vince is going to say, hey, pal, thanks for carrying Omos for all those for the last year. Here's a Rumble win. Go ahead. Main event open. Night 2 of WrestleMania. Night 1 of WrestleMania for the WWE title. I think AJ Styles is going to get that main event rub back. I think AJ Styles is going to get that main event love back. And if you're going to go with someone where it's like, oh my God, I didn't see that coming, I feel like AJ Styles is that guy to go with. And he is, and I don't know, he just has that Rumble feeling. He just has that, for me at least, when I watch like the YouTube clips and stuff, I'm like, man, dude, it just feels like it's AJ Styles. Like, because if they really, like, I just feel like they broke, up AJ and Omos too soon. And why would you break them up? And if AJ Styles doesn't have a big match, I know everyone's saying AJ versus Edge, but hey, maybe Edge goes to that Saudi money and wins the WWE title. So, yeah. But then again, people are gonna say, well, Meltzer said that the original idea for Mania was Big E versus Seth Rollins. Guess what? I don't care what Meltzer said.
Yeah, but Meltzer does everything like weeks after it happens, so he can look like a genius.
Plans change. Plans change.
Plans change.
Yeah, plans change. This is a plans change in this situation.
I wish I could get paid like Meltzer to just fucking make up bullshit.
Hey, I wish I could.
Because, you know, you and I could sit here and speculate way better than he could.
I think we would
I had a newsletter I used to do that kind of did that, and you guys kind of poo-pooed on it.
So, Mike, who do you have winning the Royal Rumble match?
And this is without any like Seth and Roman bullshit.
No, nothing like without any Roman losing or Brock losing and winning the Rumble bullshit. Like just like if none of that happens, who do you have winning?
I'm just gonna go with 2. I gotta say Austin Theory just because I think if you're pushing him, push him to the fucking moon.
Okay, I like that.
But like my big number 1, Kevin Owens.
That's a good one too.
He's got some good momentum going right now. He just signed that big new contract. I mean, you got to make him work for that contract, right? What better way than making him the face of fucking Raw for a little bit?
And also too, you know, if Rollins, you know, becomes WWE champion somewhere down the line.
That's right there too.
They've had a WrestleMania match before. It was a pretty good WrestleMania match in front of no one. So yeah, why not? So
Kevin Owens is obviously a company WWE guy because you know that he was that there were offers from AEW, and you know that the Young Bucks were talking to him just because they're friends, you know.
Yeah, and he said,
you know that there was a position for him if he wanted it over there.
Oh yeah, but he decided to stay with the course. He's decided to stay with as the fans would call it.
Sami Zayn. Like, if I never see Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn again, I'll be happy. But like, it makes sense they both stayed there because they're friends.
Exactly.
Like, why go hang out with your other friends when you're already hanging out with your friend?
Yeah, like they're done with their high school friends. They're in college now.
They're like, we're getting paid the big bucks. Why the fuck would we go hang out with you guys at this like kegger?
Exactly. We're chilling over here. Alyssa Stansbury says Seth Rollins Joker versus Roman Reigns Batman match. Finally have character. Finally getting Seth Rollins character.
But Roman isn't really Batman because Roman's like a heel.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Kakashi,
you're more getting like Punisher versus Joker.
Kakashi 83K says, I think Reggie is going to win. No, Reggie ain't going to win shit.
I got your surprise entrant, Leo Rush, and then he retires right afterwards.
Man, that guy, he making bread somehow. So yeah, man.
Yeah, he sells all the wrestling gear and retires, then he signs a contract with somebody else.
I legit forgot the Rumble is tomorrow.
Oh, so did Tony. He's like, are you going to watch the Rumble Sunday? And I'm like, it's Saturday, dude.
I like that. You know, MJF made the Virgin joke. I watch UFC on Saturday. I like WWE on Saturday.
Oh, so I wouldn't mind it. Makes sense. Like, kids can stay up later and stuff. You can run your show later. It doesn't matter. It works better in the UK because it's on until fucking 5 a.m. or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, it just seems to be like it didn't make sense to me that wrestling was always on Sundays.
I wouldn't mind if Lita won the Rumble, but I know it's not going to happen.
See, that's my problem with these surprise like returns and stuff. Unless they're sticking, around to work a program, it does suck because you're like even this year, the fact that they've announced so many people that are going to be in the Rumble, like, cool, Mickie James is coming, but like, wouldn't that have like knocked your socks off even more if you didn't know beforehand?
I think it was to tease the Forbidden Door. I think they knew what they were doing there.
Oh, I get it. It's just like you've ruined like what I love about the Rumble is like all the surprises. Like, you've told me like half of the people for both the Rumbles. Like, that sucks. I mean, if you're gonna do that, at least do it like you used to in the past, where they go and they draw numbers or they have qualifying matches for numbers and shit like that.
Yeah, that's where they didn't do any storylines like they did last year, where they had like Randy Orton and Edge were like 1 and 2. It probably not going to happen, but AJ Lee comes back. I mean, she's on good terms with WWE. It's just her husband who isn't.
Right, and he's getting paid, so what's he care?
Chase, when did WWE move pay-per-views Saturday? Honestly, I don't know how to feel about it. They've been testing with this. I can't even remember. I don't even know the last time they did that, to be honest.
It honestly works well, though, because like AEW does them on Saturdays also, and like it just seems Sunday night is a bad night because like you're trying to get everything ready for your week. So like devoting 4 or 5 hours to a wrestling pay-per-view is like kind of asking a lot.
I want Orton to win the Rumble. Love promo Seth and Roman between Roman and Seth so great now. Dre Smooth says Priest is a no to win. Hell no, I'm tired of seeing an Orton title run.
Oh, we need Orton versus Cena one more time.
Check it for proof. No, just tell me who said this. I'm not gonna. Are you talking about that fake leak thing? Ronan, don't believe that fake leak post that came out. Like to see Styles win the Rumble. Me too. Chase, you hyped to point at the WrestleMania sign? Hey man, I love that. That's like my favorite thing. Meltzer sometimes wings rumors, you can tell. Oh, dude, they all do. My predictions are Styles and Bayley. That's a good prediction. Sasha and Liv are my female picks. Check Twitter DM. I'll check it in a minute, man. I can't be running.
We're recording the show.
Let me check. No, that's BS, bro. That's BS. That's a BS list. Don't believe that list. By the way, if you guys have any questions, you can ask some questions before we head off. They can be Royal Rumble or non-Royal Rumble related. Will RBT return for that weed money? Well, he's not even allowed to go back to WWE.
Plus, like he was his asking price was way too high, anyways. Like they didn't want to pay him for what. Like he was asking way more than they wanted to pay him.
Our turn, Roman Reigns as babyface, Seth Rollins full heel tonight. He dick made C rematch at 31. Rematch. Oh, I can't read. Alyssa, I can't read that one. Sorry. If Tony Khan is an entrance in the Rumble, the Forbidden Door really is open. Good. Oh, Tony Khan comes out to like the Jacksonville Jaguars theme. I don't even know if they have a theme song, but if they did, that'd be hilarious. You just hear a Jaguar roar. Oh no, what's the Dynamite theme song?
Who throws them out
there? You know,
who tosses them out of the ring then? Does Triple H come out and do it?
No, Pat McAfee. And then he goes, "Tell Adam I'm waiting for him."
Nick Khan come out and do it, and then it was a con job the whole time.
Oh, dude, Nick Khan would get booed out of the building, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it would be terrible. Like it when Eddie Guerrero stole Ric Flair's number. Oh yeah, that was funny. 2005. I'd love to see KO win, but I doubt low-key wouldn't mind if they put Sheamus back in the mix.
Wouldn't have a problem with Sheamus.
Sheamus, I call Sheamus, wrestling fans, they see him on the card and they roll their eyes. They're like, oh, Sheamus. But then afterwards, he wrestles and everyone's like, yeah, you know what match was good? The Sheamus match. Sheamus is not bad.
Because he got turned into a joke because the bar went on too long. Like it just went on and on and on. And like, so, and like the Mohawk and like nobody took him seriously. But remember when Sheamus debuted and he was that big Celtic monster that just destroyed fucking everybody? And he's lost some mass over the years, but he's still a big guy.
He's more lean and trim. And stuff. I think that's a good dark horse pick right there.
Oh, definitely.
Sheamus. Yeah.
If I was working for WWE, I'd definitely be working a program with for Sheamus.
Oh yeah, dude. Like especially like when stuff starts opening up more back in Europe, Ireland. You already got.
He doesn't necessarily be going for like the championship belt, but he could go for an IC title or a US title.
Heck, his match with Damian Priest was hella good.
Just do not put him in another fucking tag team that doesn't matter. Like I like him and Cesaro, like it worked, but like it just went on too long.
It was posted by WrestleMania. WrestleMania does what I do, man. He just makes videos. He just gets more views.
So I should go post a video on my channel that says Alberto Del Rio's in the Rumble. He's number 18. And then it's truth.
I think Connor return fight should be Nick Diaz and some money fight at least. I don't know who Connor should return to fight, but it definitely shouldn't be Nick Diaz. Do you think Johnny Knoxville will eliminate Sami Zayn? I hope not. Sami Zayn's my Iron Man.
So. Sami Zayn's going to be like, it was an inside job.
Sami Zayn's great. Like you can tell Vince is just loving whatever ideas he has, and he just lets Sami go out there and do them. He's just like, yeah, okay, yeah, you want to do a podcast or something like that? You know, he just does it. And you know, Sami's working with all the celebrities. All the celebrities come in, and now Sami Zayn's the guy. They're just like, hey, Logan Paul, you're gonna work with the Sami Zayn character. Trey Young, you're gonna work with the Sami Zayn.
I forgot another entrant for the men's Rumble. Bad Bunny.
Oh, I would love to hear Booker T as he comes out there, and he comes out on a truck too. Somehow he gets his Bad Bunny truck into the.
I bet you he shows up though.
Yeah, I would love it. He would get a pop. He will get a major pop if he comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Cesaro maybe. I think the Cesaro ship has sailed. Like
the Cesaro ship sailed 10 years ago.
You know
we were having the same conversation that Cesaro should be a bigger star 10 years ago. Like I'm not kidding.
You know the thing with Cesaro is, I think Vince was. Sometimes we shit on Vince, but I think Vince is right when he says certain things, man. Like I know everyone's gonna say, "Oh no." There's a reason why you are sitting where you're at. We're sitting where we're at, and Vince is sitting where he's at. That's what I always like to tell people. We can armchair book Tony Khan and Vince McMahon, but guess where they're sitting, and guess where we're sitting. At the end of the day, it don't matter.
I just think that the big problem for Cesaro is the fact that he's not good on the microphone.
And I think that's what Vince was trying to say this whole time. You know, when Vince said that thing, he doesn't really connect with the audience. Everyone's like, look at Vince. Oh my God. Saying
he's not saying he doesn't work great and that he's not great in the ring. He's saying he doesn't connect with the audience because he can't fucking talk to them all.
I just think with Cesaro, he's like, Cesaro is like, he's fun for a little bit. He's like that one hot new video game like that, comes out and you're like, oh, dude, I can't wait to play that. And you play the game, but then afterwards you beat it and then you don't ever touch it again. And then you wondered, why did I pay $60 for this game when I could have waited for it to go on sale? And that's Cesaro. He just gets hot at certain times. Fans just really enjoy him and stuff. And
he's a fun, nice guy. Like, nobody has like anything bad to say about him. And like, that's great and all, but like, he also has like no like real standout personality.
Yeah, like it's like the one thing where it's like, I don't even think AEW would make him a world champion. You know, like, I don't think he would be like a TNT champion in AEW. Like, you know,
I think Cesaro should have left WWE a long time ago and gone to Impact. I think he would have been a bigger star over there.
I think Cesaro should have done the Drew McIntyre route, where you know you let go and look at Drew McIntyre. Like, people always say, what about second chances? Heck, look at Drew McIntyre. Dude was counted out. He was getting the Austin Theory treatment that we see now. You know, freaking, he's the chosen one. You know, he had one of the best entrance scenes for no reason.
And then he was in a 3-man band.
Huh?
And then he was part of 3-man band.
Yeah, and then he got released. And then look at it. He rebuilt himself on the independents. He never gave up. And look where he is now. He's one of the top guys. He's like part of the new Breakfast Club, Fortunate Four, you know, one of those categories.
Just like, and this is another men's entrance I kind of forgot about. Matt Cardona. Or Zack Ryder.
No, I don't think. I don't know. Sean Ross Sapp did hint at him, so who knows?
Because I mean, I think that Zack Ryder, since he's left WWE, has promoted himself way better than WWE did. But that doesn't surprise me because Zack Ryder promoted himself well within WWE at the beginning when he was allowed to.
Mm-hmm. If Ronda wins, it leads to a triple threat between no triple threats, one-on-ones. Please. Let have Bianca versus Charlotte, athlete versus athlete. Why not? Want to see Brock versus Roman versus Seth in a unification match? No. I don't want to see that, Alyssa. After seeing Nick Diaz performed against Robbie Lawler, dude, why are we talking about Nick Diaz? Like, we know that he was washed, bro. This was like 5 pay-per-views ago. Are you just watching it now? Sasha's going to face Charlotte and get her first Mania win.
Right. Okay.
No, I'm just joking. It could happen.
It could, but I doubt it.
Amir's been on the he's just been on the Cesaro's boring train for the longest time. Amir also doesn't like Walter too, so you know, for every good
take, not his name anymore. His name is Gunther now.
Gunther, yeah, whatever. But no, it's all opinion. But yeah, like we said with Cesaro, it's one of those themes with Cesaro, like you know, like with Amir, he just says he's extremely boring. Like he can have good matches with John Cena all you want, but at the end of the day, are you building a company around Cesaro? No.
And spinning people around is really fun, but you know.
I realize outside of Bad Bunny, WWE low-key brings in has been celebrities nowadays.
They've always done that. They used to have hosts of Raw every week. Like I remember Jeremy Piven being the host at one point.
The Summerfest. You could tell he's like, you guys are paying me how much? All right, I'll be there. Hugh Jackman, I don't know. Hugh Jackman, he was a star at that time.
Yeah, but we'd go from like Hugh Jackman to freaking Drew Carey or something like that, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Vince knows his stuff, but he can be senile and showing his age sometimes. Oh, I'm not saying that he's not senile. I'm just saying sometimes we just got to say to ourselves, Vince is right, and it's okay. Because, dude, look at all these released superstars. I remember when EC3 got released. Everyone was saying, well, there you go, Vince. Wasted another big potential star. What the fuck is EC3 doing right now?
I mean, let's be honest. Nobody's bigger than the brand.
Yeah, no, but they're telling me, Mike, these fans have been telling me EC3 is a game changer. I don't know what game he's changing, but I haven't heard about it on Twitter. I haven't heard anything what EC3's been doing.
Here's the big thing. There are no game changers. Like here's what would be a big game changer. If Randy Orton and John Cena signed with AEW, that would be a game changer for AEW.
I told people I won't take AEW seriously unless I hear I have voices in my head. I hear Randy Orton come out. I would be like, oh my god, what is this? Randy,
but in the wrestling world, that's what's happened. Is nobody is bigger than the WWE company. And like that's sad, but it's the truth because Vince got scared after he lost all his wrestlers to Hollywood, And so now he doesn't let anybody get bigger than the brand.
I think Cena is kind of bigger than the brand right now.
Well, right now, yes, but like also Cena was the face of the company for how many years?
Yeah.
Just like when Roman leaves at some point, he'll have a career. But like you don't see like they're building up everybody to be that person. That's why they only build up one person at a time now.
Come on, Cesaro. Come on, Cesaro can be a bigger star. I disagree, Chase. That's fine if you disagree. I'm just telling you, like, Cesaro, the thing is with him is just that he's limited of what he brings you to the table. He can give you a good wrestling match. He has a unique look, but after you get all that out of the way, what else is there? Character-wise, there's not really much character. He doesn't bring much character to the table.
Plus, like I said, 10 years ago, you and I were sitting here having the same conversation that we thought Cesaro could be a big star, but they're just not pushing him. And like, you can't sit here 10 years later and still be having the same conversation. You have to realize that something's missing from him because he should have taken off by himself if there was just something there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I think he's talented. I'm not trying to say Cesaro's not talented. I just don't think he's that level of a guy where it's like, hey, I'll build my company. Like I feel like there's something missing from Hangman Page. But if you said Chase, one guy, Cesaro or Hangman Page as AEW champion, which one are you choosing? I'm choosing Hangman Page because even though if there's something missing and I can't really put my finger on it, there's one thing he can do. He can pick up that microphone and he can cut a decent ass promo. I can't count Cesaro. Trust Cesaro cutting a promo. His promo's like, though, you know, I'm going to go out there and make a swing. Like, I can't trust that. I can trust Hangman Page saying, and I'm going to put on my cowboy boots, get ready in that ring, hit you with the buckshot lariat, and yell cowboy shit. You know, I can trust that.
Right.
You know, like that's all I'm saying. He just doesn't really connect on that level. Like, once you take away his in-ring skills and, like, his look, it's like, what else? He's just an overgrown Dean Malenko.
Plus, is anybody going out and buying Cesaro action figures or Cesaro shirts? I mean, back in 2010, they were buying Cesaro shirts, but I'm sure that's long past.
Yeah.
So, I mean, nobody's even supporting him in the merch department. So, I mean, how's WWE going to know that you want to see him?
Amir says, I can see Austin Theory being the Iron Man this year. That is something that Mike predicted as well, and Steve. I mean, if Kofi and Jinder can be champions, then Cesaro has a chance. Jinder, I'm not going to defend. Kofi, I can defend because Kofi has had, you know, character, personality. He was just, you know, accepting of his mid-card New Day role.
And Kofi Mania kind of happened as a fluke.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad it happened because I've always been a huge Kofi Kingston fan. But, like, it was a fluke that it happened. Like, it just hit right at the right time.
Yeah, exactly. It was that, like I said, it was that casual season. It was at that time where more fans are more invested in stuff and everything. So, but yeah, no, like Jinder, I can't defend. Jinder was, we're going to India and we need a star. I remember I went to SummerSlam with my mom, and my mom's all like, "Oh yeah, Drew McIntyre, he's pretty solid, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah," but I said Jinder Mahal stinks. My mom's all like, "Really? What?" I'm like, why? I'm like, Mom, you won't know when this match is going to end because he just does headlocks the whole time. And she was like, oh my God, this guy stinks. She could not believe it because she knows who Drew is. But yeah, because she liked Drew and Bobby last year at Mania. She was like, oh, I'm glad WWE's finally getting new people. And I was like, Mom, you've seen these guys before. I don't hate Drew McIntyre, but he can't talk for shit on the mic. Man bores me on the mic, greater the ring, but bored on the mic. I think Drew is kind of improved. He's not the best on the mic, but when Drew gets a good serious promo, he can nail it. I think Drew can nail a good serious promo, but when he's trying to be Drew Cena, where he's like cutting jokes about beanstalks and I'm gonna take my sword and shove it down your ass, that's where I'm like, okay, Drew, you got.
And that's why Drew won't get a good title reign is because he's not the guy that you can put as the top guy for a long time because he can't cut those promos like Cena.
Yeah. Cesaro can have good matches, but that's not even special anymore. Everybody can work. Yep. It's funny that you mentioned me that Roman Reigns should be a 98 overall in WWE 2K22. Reminds me of old power he would be similar to Undertaker in SmackDown versus Raw. Yeah, he was only a 95. Why are you going to get what is Legend Hogan in 98? Like, get the fuck on out of here, dog. Nick Diaz is like Carmelo Anthony with the Lakers, just a name but washed. Don't tell him. I have a bunch of Carmelo truthers that follow me on Twitter. Don't tell them that. Wrestlers have this problem nowadays with being characters and not being good talkers.
That's not really the wrestler's fault. That's more so creative, and like they should be working with the wrestlers to like develop the characters instead of like sending them out there with a script and just being like, "Here you go, do with this."
Okay, middle school, they gave Cesaro Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman even said, "I can't do anything with this guy."
They need like a Jimmy Hart, like a Mouth of the South. They need somebody that talks fast to be like his mouthpiece. Like it just doesn't work with Paul Heyman because like he's not a Paul Heyman type of guy.
How much of an impact has the WWE class of 2002 had? Orton, Cena, Lesnar, Batista, and others. Well, obviously a huge impact.
There's only how much have they had on pop culture in general? Because on that list, there's only one of them that's still a full-time wrestler at WWE.
Well, for pop culture, Randy Orton, RKO out of nowhere.
Oh, totally. Like, I'm not saying he doesn't have pop culture relevance. I'm just saying that the other 3 stars you listed are bigger names in other fields.
That's true. Well, I think Cena's like, people know Cena. Like, people know you can't see me. Like,
but I'm saying everybody is watching Peacemaker and watch Suicide Squad now, and like I'm not saying he's not known for being a wrestler anymore. I'm just saying that he has risen above wrestling.
No, he has. Like, people know who he is, like, and stuff. But I think Cena. I think they had a good impact for the company. I just think that the company was going in a different direction when they had those 4. And if these 4 were, working with at the time of the Attitude Era, they probably would be much bigger stars, in my personal opinion. I think Brock Lesnar became a bigger star outside of WWE when he went to the UFC, and that's what made his return awesome when he came back. Cena had one of the most weirdest runs as a top guy for the company. There's people who loved it, then there's people who hate it, and it's all based on your age of how you saw it and stuff. So that's why I think that, with Cena's run, you can say, hey, I love it, I hate it, so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, he was a top guy. But, viewership did go down. Batista was always a consistent guy. It's just that whenever he got hot, he always got injured at the weirdest times. And Orton's Orton,
it seems like Batista also might have a problem with like keeping his mouth shut when he should.
Yeah, that's true. But also Orton, he had a rough start to his career, but now I think he's bigger than he ever was in his career, to be honest. I think now that he's like year 20 in his career, everyone loves Randall Keith Orton.
Oh, I'd say that like out of all the superstars in WWE right now, that Orton is probably the one that probably is the most household name. Like even with Reigns being so high up, I'd still say that more people would be able to recognize Randy Orton over Roman Reigns.
Another thing my mom said. My mom was like, Randy Orton, he's still wrestling?
Well, he just had like that achievement for like the most like pay-per-views,
And you know what's funny? My mom says that, and then she sees Edge come out. She goes, man, I'm happy Edge can wrestle again. I'm like, what the? Make up your mind. Randy Orton's too old. Edge can wrestle. Oh, so, no idea.
Yeah, but Edge got screwed out of a couple of years, dude.
Not just a couple of years, man. He got screwed out 9 years.
Oh, I know. Trust me, I know, dude. Edge went out like so. I was literally supposed to go to a house show, and like Edge retired like literally like 2 weeks before the fucking house show, and I'm like, God damn it. That's where I got this hat, because they still had his merch for sale, but Edge was not fucking there.
No, that's cool though. I like that hat. It's nice.
Yeah, my grandma got it for me.
We thought something was missing from Reigns, and look at him now.
Yeah, we thought what was missing was they needed to be a heel, and then they turned him heel, and it worked.
Only a handful of people in WWE can legit cut promos on charisma. Kevin Owens, Strowman, Sasha Banks, Alexa Bliss, and probably a couple more. That's a good list, yeah. Roman can cut promos now.
Miz can when he needs to. Sami Zayn.
Yeah, Sami Zayn's good.
Seth Rollins is decent. He's not great, but he's decent.
Drew can cut a good, serious promo. Lashley's terrible. That's why he has MVP.
Lashley is terrible.
He stutters too much, man.
I'm trying to think who else is in WWE right now. Like, that's part of my problem here. It's
kind of funny because when Roman was a face, my sister was extreme casual, called him boring. Well, now he's not. He's the tribal chief. If they gave Cesaro a manager, he would improve his mic skills to a bigger star. We talked about this already. Go. NWO Hogan is a 92. Oh, okay. MJF is probably the best promo cutter on the mic in wrestling nowadays.
Punk is still pretty good. Daniel Bryan's pretty decent.
Yeah, but Bryan was killing it. He made him and Paige look. People want him to win the title. I'm a diehard CM Punk fan, but he got stale and his UFC run legit made him look uncool and a dork.
Well, the problem in AEW is like they did that like slow build for him, but like it just didn't work. Like he should have been taking on bigger guys. Like he shouldn't have started at the bottom. Like that's my problem with AEW. Like they bring in like say like Aleister Black came in and stuff, and they have them feud with like Cody Rhodes or say like a Chris Jericho right away. They bring in CM Punk and they have him fight like these like no names, and then like finally they get Darby Allin. I'm not considering Darby Allin a no name.
The Darby Allin's one of the pillars.
I like Darby Allin. Like I'm not shitting on Darby Allin, but like before that, and like after that, but like we're finally getting him to MJF. But like I feel like this is, and I get that like the slow burn and all that, but like there is a difference between a slow burn and like extending things too long.
Yeah.
Like WWE rushes everything where it feels like AEW just like puts it out way too long. Like
AEW's the procrastinator. Yeah, I'll say AEW procrastinates on a lot of
things. Even Hangman taking the belt off Omega, like that took way too long, that storyline.
Yep. Way too long.
I get slow builds and stuff like that, but come on, like I want to be alive when the payoff pays out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And there was a pandemic going on. Nobody's gonna fucking say I might still be alive at the end of this.
Exactly.
So give me a solid 6 months to a year on a story and then fucking pay it off for me, and then let's move on to the next one.
Mm-hmm. Do we get a Braun Breaker appearance at the Rumble? I think so. I think Braun Breaker makes an appearance. Why not?
Totally.
They love that guy too.
I think he's going to be in the Final Four also.
Man, Metal School's big on the Cesaro thing, man.
Right.
I understand like people's love for Cesaro. I'm not trying to say I'm just saying that he is not a guy that you would build like Metal School. Are you really going to sit here and tell me no managers? If you were to build a company, I'm going to give you three options. All right. 3 options. Adam Page, Sammy Guevara, or Cesaro. Which one are you choosing? Building a company. Only 3. You can't get the managers. You have what their skill set. You know what they do.
And they're going to be your top guy. They're going to be the face of your company.
Yes.
They're going to be the one going on TV. They're going to be the ones meeting the kids, meeting the fans. They're going to be the person representing your company at comic conventions, at meetings, and things like that.
That's it. Nothing else. No manager. What you get. Rey Mysterio said during Talking Smack if Dom eliminates him in the Rumble, he'll take Dom's car keys and well, Ray's not going to make him travel to Uber. Come on, man. Chase, what do you think will happen with Francis in the UFC? They'll find a way. Francis has to get surgery first. I think there's going to be an interim heavyweight title match, though, for sure. Who's going to be in that interim title match? I don't know. But I think that's something that we will look forward to. Tony Ferguson wants a retirement sentence by wanting to take on Michael Chandler. Well, they want to fight? Well, I thought that was going to be the next fight anyways. Makes sense. Randy Orton will retire from WWE at the age of 50 years old, he stated during a podcast. Yeah, he talked about that on the Ringer and also on Ariel Helwani's BT Sport interview.
I don't know. His opinion could change, and, money talks.
Hey, man, Tom Brady literally freaking said he was going to play 10 more years, and we're hearing he's going to retire now. I always said Randy Orton would be the GOAT if he didn't phone in the entire 2010s. Yeah, early 2011, 2012, 2013 Orton, he did not give a fuck.
Well, like, look at the shows. The shows were shit then, too. Like, let's be honest. It's not this grand period of wrestling. Like there was shit show after shit show. Like, you can romanticize it, but, like, there wasn't a lot going on. So
yeah, it was like after that legacy triple threat, it was like Orton went into cruise control for like the next 3 years until he won Money in the Bank and he cashed in on Bryan. Then he started picking up the pace again. And then after he hit that RKO on Seth Rollins, that's when Randy Orton became like where he is now. But yeah, those early years, like after the Cena feud, and it was like
he knew he wasn't going to be the top guy in the company. So
yeah, exactly. It was like he just came to the realization where it's like, well, fuck, John's the top guy. I'm not the top guy. John is. Great. All right. Fine. And then he just decided
But then he's sitting there like, but if John's the top guy, I don't have to get my ass kicked by Goldberg and Brock Lesnar and all these people they're bringing in.
Yeah, he gets to what's it called? He gets to chill.
Yep.
Honest thoughts on Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man returning to Doctor Strange 2. Is he? I heard that
it makes sense because I mean Sam Raimi's directing it. Why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah, exactly. It makes sense. I heard Patrick Stewart or Charles Xavier, it's Patrick Stewart, right? Who played him? Mm-hmm. I heard he was confirmed. That's what I heard, but I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't looked into rumors on it. I want to be surprised.
Bobby Lashley talking on Mike to Apollo Crews. This bout will be a United States title match when I put you in the Hurt Lock. That's really what he says. He like Lashley, like literally just. I'm surprised Brock's good on the mic now. Brock is so good as this. He like before he hated the mic. Brock used to. People forget Brock used to be terrible. Brock, unless he was working with Kurt Angle, this fool could not cut a promo in his life, dude. He would just be all like.
I think he realized that if he just relaxed and was himself, that it just came across better. Dude, I think that's what it is. And I think he was like, I'm reading these scripts and like these are shit. If I'm just myself out there, I can fucking get over, you know.
But yeah, no, like what's it called? Like I feel like when he pulled out the flip phone, that's when I was like, all right, yeah, Lesnar's in control now. He knows what he's doing. Do you think Edge was misdiagnosed for his injury career ending? Oh yeah, 100%. I think Edge was super misdiagnosed. I think Edge was just told, like, you know, like, and I don't think it was out of malicious. I just think at that time where medicine was at, because keep in mind, man, 2011, certain surgeries, certain opportunities weren't really there. And then also, too, Edge knows his body better than you know it, I know it, and Mike knows it. We don't know how Edge would feel if he fell down or did all this. So, yeah, man, I just think that.
Plus, like, even though he left wrestling, like, he still was doing work. Like, I wouldn't have got him in the TV show Haven. He wouldn't have been on Vikings. Like, I mean, it's not like Edge disappeared from, like, our lives. Like, he was still out there. And it's great that he was able to come back. But, like, even if he wasn't, he still had a career going, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he just loves the fact of wrestling. And he saw how big the landscape was changing. And plus, too, like, you know, I really do think that, you know, AEW said, hey, this is what I think. Because Edge talked about how he did a video with Sheamus and he fell. And that was the first time that he fell. And he said, oh, this didn't hurt. I feel good. And then afterwards, he talked to some doctors. And it's kind of convenient that, you know, AEW, these doctors were in Florida where AEW's at. Right. And these doctors said, hey, Edge, you good to go. So I think, you know, Edge was like, yeah, I'll go do another season of this TV show. Maybe he was looking at scripts. And then AEW called, said, hey, we'll give you 7 figures. This is what you got to do. And Edge is like, wow, I can make this much wrestling now? What the? Let me see what Vince has to say about this. Hey, Vince, AEW. And Vince, and here's the thing. Vince is okay with talent going with AEW. But there's some talent you just don't let go to AEW. Right. And I just want to go.
Do you regret letting Jericho go to AEW?
No. I think he's fine with Jericho and AEW. I think he's like, okay, cool. They needed someone. I think if you ask Vince, is there any regrets of anyone you let go at AEW? He would say Moxley and Bryan. Those are it. Those are the only 2 guys I could see Vince like, you know, I kind of wish I had Danielson still, but he was asking for too much. Or
like, I think with Moxley, like the other problem was like that I think honestly he wanted out of there because like he saw like he wouldn't have been able to get the help that he needed in WWE. I don't think the way he got it in AEW with the support behind him.
Yeah, that's true. And that's always important too. That's why I think Kurt Angle came back because Kurt Angle needed help too.
Because like Because like you look at like YouTubers and their opinion on Dean Ambrose, like right towards the end, like nobody gave a shit about him. Like everybody was excited for him to leave WWE so that he could go be Moxley over in AEW. Like they were excited for his new character, but nobody gave a shit about Dean Ambrose at the end there.
Yep. They didn't. They were just like, all right, you want to leave? That's fine. But
Yeah.
I do feel like if Vince does kind of regret that one, that he couldn't salvage that. Ronan Ghost says Carmelo Hayes is the best promo talker in NXT. He's really good. That kid's a star. Like him and Braun Breaker, if they don't make it somehow, I don't know what's wrong with this business. Those two, I'm like, these guys are like Austin Theory. I can see where it's like, okay, I can kind of see where he might mess up here or there, or there might be something that gets in his way. But Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes,
like Austin Theory just feels like kind of a like watered down version of like Tyler Breeze. Like to me at least. Like
no, I'm just saying I can understand if he doesn't make it. I'm just saying Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker, I won't understand if they don't make it.
Which is why I just don't understand why you didn't just keep Tyler Breeze and push him better and like repackage him a little bit. But whatever.
Yeah, Tyler Breeze, you gotta have an ego in this sport. And Tyler Breeze has a very low ego. He's a very humble guy. Like you can tell he was just like he's one of those guys when we say he's happy to be here. He seemed happy. He was yeah, dude, I'm living a dream. I'm kicking ass, doing great, getting paid good money. I get to help guys.
Friend, get to do all these Twitch videos, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, get to chill. Yeah, why not? Favorite Spider-Man movies between Toby, Andrew, and Tom for both of you guys. What's yours, Mike?
I'm gonna go with the first Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield because like that's just like my favorite Spider-Man. I always liked Andrew Garfield Spider-Man the best. Like Toby is amazing. Like the fact that like they made Spider-Man and he was the original one, and like I have great memories of those also. But like I just remember like Andrew Garfield was more Spider-Man to me. The Peter Parker came off better. It wasn't cheesy.
For me, I gotta go with Spider-Man 2. That's my personal favorite. It's not the best, but it's my personal favorite. The train scene always gets me every single time. It's one of those scenes where it's just like very like it mixes a lot of nerd culture. It mixes a lot like it's very anime, it's very pro wrestling, it's very like just digging down deep to do what's best and stuff. Like I love Doc Ock as a villain, and I like that he's losing because me and my friends, it's not official, but we made up the powers. That because Spider-Man when he does it, this is the symbol of love, and when he starts losing love for Mary Jane, that's when he starts losing his powers and stuff. And then me and my friends always said, "Oh, that's the reason why he loses his powers." And everyone's like, "Oh, well, did Sam Raimi convert?" I'm like, "No, we just made that up and stuff like that." But that's why Spider-Man lost his powers to me, and I just love that movie.
You want to know a little something, Chase?
What?
So, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan.
Yeah.
So like the ex-wife and I, instead of like saying "I love you" and stuff, we'd always just go like that to each other.
Oh, the Spider-Man logo, yeah.
So
CM Punk needs Just for Men die.
Hold on. I want to address one thing real quick. The reason that either of us said Tom Holland movies is because Tom Holland, outside of Far From Home, and even that's a stretch at this point, Tom Holland didn't have any Spider-Man movies. The first movie was an Iron Man movie. The second movie was Mysterio's movie. And the third movie is Tom Holland's up until a point. But like the next Tom Holland movie will be the first like real standalone like Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. The adult like let's see what he is stripped down to like just the bare essentials as a character.
See, he asked what our favorites were. It was not like
I know. I just wanted to give a reason why like those didn't make it because like
none of them are my favorite. None of them like there's always a different ranking when people say what's the objectively best. If he asks what's the best, I'm going to say No Way Home's the best because it is. But if you say Chase, what's your favorite? My favorite is going to be Spider-Man 2 because that's my favorite movie when it comes down to it.
And part of it is like I love Martin Sheen also, so him as Uncle Ben is like the best, and so like that's why they didn't even bother getting Uncle Ben in the next movie because how are you going to beat Martin Sheen?
Mm-hmm.
Brody, quit squeezing the lime over there.
Oh man, my WWE T-shirt club got renewed. God damn it! I want to cancel. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I got paid. Awesome.
I have a check coming for $4,000. Woo!
That's good.
Yeah, student loan money.
Oh, I didn't get any of that. I had financial aid. Do you think Ray's son going to be the last in WWE by himself without his dad one day? Nah, dude. I think Dominic's still raw. I think he's going to go back down to 2.0. But I'm happy for the kid. Metal School 101 is Cesaro. Chase. Put some respect on his name. Oh, is it? Damn, dude. Hey, sorry, Cesaro. My bad, man. Jogon Keen says, only way fighter pay changes for the UFC is if Connor, Habib, or Nate. Yeah, but they won't because they get paid good. What's up, Everything Pro Wrestling? Chase, I respect Dana a lot for a lot of things, but man, he's becoming more of a celebrity promoter than a fighter promoter, not going to lie. And that's what happens, though, man.
Come on.
Amir says, do you think people forget about how strong names WWE has because of the fatigue? I don't believe the roster is as thin as it likes to say. They got plenty of strong players still. Amir, that's what I've literally been saying. That, like earlier, T.N. Koopner asked, "Oh, should we unify the belts?" And I said, "No, the roster's too stacked of people that you're not gonna have enough opportunities to what's it called? You know, you're not gonna have enough opportunities for a lot of the talent. Like you need a second title for these guys and girls, and the roster is just going to keep getting bigger. They're finally saying, hey, we have all these people in the performance center. Let's stop freaking paying a bunch of people on the independents to take their opportunities. Let's sign NIL people. Let's use the performance center for what it's meant to do and train people to become the next WWE wrestlers. I think right now this is a rebuilding phase for WWE. I think this is going to be something that's going to be interesting to watch within the next few years, especially with these NIL talents. The Gable Stevensons, the Cavender twins, those are the people you're going to have to look at, and let's look at the Creed brothers, those tag team boys from NXT. Both those guys recruited straight out of college wrestling. So that this is where they're going now. And I'm really interested in it and to see where it's going to go. But yeah, I don't think the roster is as thin as it is. Like, look, if Finn Balor is considered a mid-carder, that's not bad to have as a mid-carder. And everyone's going to say, "Ooh, well, he should be more." Yeah, well, Miro should be more in AEW. And what the fuck is he doing?
But like, here's the other thing. Like I've been playing a lot of WWE 2018, and like it's hard to like book everybody that you want to book in like the show. Yeah. Like make them have a meaningful spot. So sometimes it's easier just to keep them off the show than to just like degrade them, Yeah,
that's what AEW does really good. That's one of my favorite portions of AEW is like if they don't really have anything for you, they're not going to force you in some stupid feud where you're like, all right, why is Jon Moxley feuding with Anthony Bowens from the Acclaim like for months? Like, no offense to Anthony Bowens, he's fine, but you're not on Jon Moxley's level yet. Right. So it's like, hey, if Jon Moxley has nothing to do and we're not really building up, like, because they're building up a match between him and Danielson, but if he has nothing to do, let's keep him off the show. Why force him on TV if he has nothing to do? Kenny Omega just lost. They don't know what to do with him. He has to recover. Hey, he's on TV for a bit. And WWE, I think, is realizing that too, where it's like, hey, we could take people off the shelves if we don't need them. And they've been kind of doing that with some of their talent, which I like. It's fine.
Right.
Funny how contracts were almost up in both situations, then they were cleared. What were we talking about? WWE is very supportive of LA Knight. They're calling up to the main roster that they thought of debuting him after WrestleMania, but now on to feud with Ziggler and Rude. I like LA Knight. I think he's going to be a fine guy in the title in the main roster.
You bit me.
Oh no.
He was going for his toy.
Who would you like to see in the Ring of Honor Hall of Fame? I think you got to put Nigel McGuinness, CM Punk,
Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, Bryan Danielson. I'll try and go with obscure names to prove I'm an ROH fan. Samoa Joe, Chris Hero, Jay Lethal, Matt Taven. He's a Hall of Famer in ROH. I mean, fuck, he's been there forever.
Sean.
Huh?
Dashawn.
Who's that?
Whatever that guy's name is, the guy that just.
Oh, Danhausen?
Yeah, Danhausen.
No, he's a newer ROH guy. He hasn't earned the ROH Hall of Fame. He's popular though. People like him.
Yeah.
Very nice, very evil, Danhausen. But yeah, those are some names. I hope I proved I'm a real Ring of Honor fan. Chase, do you prefer champions in UFC taking on megaface like Conor versus Alvarez, or taking on number one contenders? Number one contenders. I don't. Mega fights are cool if they make sense. Like if both champions are built up and you go ahead and have it, but otherwise, take on whoever's the best in your division. Just worry on that. Thoughts on Joe Gacy and Heartland from NXT? I like the Joe Gacy gimmick. I just don't know how much legs it has. It has a certain shelf life. Like it's good now, but then afterwards it can get stale for a little bit. But I like Harlan. That Harlan kid is he a beast.
I haven't watched a lot of NXT. Like I've tried to watch the reboot because I really like Ciampa, but like I just haven't watched it.
Ciampa's gonna team up with you know who they have NXT 2.0? That it's a shame he doesn't get enough love, man. Santos Escobar. He is by far one of the best talents in wrestling today, and no one knows it because no one was watching NXT or 2.0. This guy has been putting on killer match after killer match after killer match, and it's just like no one cares. But dude, this guy's I love Santos Escobar.
I gave you 2 scoops of food, dude. Leave me alone.
Honest thoughts on Venom appearing in the post-credit scene on Spider-Man No Way Home. It was rushed. That's my thoughts.
It worked for what it needed to do.
Yeah. Metal School says Tobey Maguire, my favorite Spider-Man. Same here.
So I'm a huge reader of the comics, and it's kind of like this. So like Batman 66, like the Adam West Batman, is very cheesy and tongue in cheek. And to me, that is my favorite Batman because that's the Batman I grew up with. I can accept the other Batmans and they're much darker. And this first Spider-Man was kind of that. It was the kid-friendly version, whereas I feel Amazing Spider-Man grew into more adult territory. And then we kind of regressed with Tom Holland and Disney, but that's okay.
That's a good choice.
Someday maybe we should just talk about Spider-Man for an hour.
No, that's what my Q&As end up becoming anyways. I can't wait to add Miles Morales in it. Yeah, it's going to be great. I think they should try to find a way to add him without being in the universe. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, but we've already got his uncle played by Donald Glover, so I mean...
Yeah, Donald Glover he's a weird cat.
Yeah.
How likely would it be for Brock to return to the UFC since the heavyweight division is going to lack? Oh, that's a negative.
He's getting paid way too much by WWE.
That's a negative. I don't think Vince has. What does UFC have that Vince wants? That's what you got to ask yourself there. I've been enjoying NXT 2.0 more than the main roster. I think 2.0 is an easy watch. I tell people I have it reported, and then I watch 2.0 on certain days. So yeah. Did Conor damage the UFC in terms of champions matter since he didn't defend either title when he had it like champ? No, I just think Conor became a bigger star than the company. And
definitely, because I don't watch UFC and I know who Conor is.
Yeah, Conor's one of the biggest stars just in general, not just UFC, but just in general. And so when you become such a big star, it doesn't matter the fact that, I don't think he devalued any of those UFC belts. I think you just got to realize the UFC heavyweight title, and no matter what form of sport, the heavyweight champion is always going to have form of respect because they're the heavyweight champion. Conor didn't devalue any belts. It's just Conor became bigger than the fucking company. Because Mike, can you name me I don't know, besides name me 3 dudes besides Conor McGregor that are currently fighting? It'll probably be hard for you. You'll probably be there's
Ortiz.
Huh?
Ortiz?
No, he's retired. Well, yeah, he's still fighting. Yeah, see, exactly. So that's the thing. It's this is where it's at with MMA. MMA is a niche. As people like to think, MMA is as big as it is. Still, it's like wrestling. It's in its niche market.
Yeah, you had Chuck Liddell back in the day. You had Brock Lesnar. You had big guys, but they have gone on from that. And you just don't. And even Conor and Ronda Rousey, those were the big names. And now you just gotta wait till those neck names creep out there, you know.
Kakashi 83K says they need to stop training everybody to dive through the middle rope at the performance center. You know what the thing is? The thing is with that, I feel like that's the new comeback move for the baby faces, where it's he needs to fire up and he goes through the middle rope. It's safe. Anyone can learn how to do it. That's the new clothesline comeback. You know, that's just what it is. It's sad, but it's where we're at now.
It looks dangerous, but like it's like no, not really. It just kind of looks stupid.
Best interest for Spider-Man between Michelle Jones, Mary Jane, or Gwen Stacy in the movies. Gwen Stacy, she killed that. Mary Jane was just whiny, and then no offense, Zendaya is fine, but she was just Zendaya.
I have a soft spot for Kirsten Dunst, Mary Jane, even though I don't like Kirsten Dunst that much. Like, I like that Mary Jane, not in Spider-Man 3, but give me Spider-Man 2 or half of Spider-Man 1. Yeah, Mary Jane.
Yeah, I think it's Gwen
Stacy. That and like I'm also like just left my Gwen Stacy and now I gotta go find my Mary Jane. So
how popular was wrestling for Mr. Routt during the Ruthless Aggression era among casual adults?
I wasn't watching at that point, or I wasn't watching during the Attitude Era, but like Ruthless Aggression era. Chase, you watched OTRS. What were our opinions?
You guys didn't like it that much, to be honest. Like, you guys kind of shitted on it.
I mean, there were moments here and there, but they were few and far between. I mean, after HBK retired, Ric Flair, like that's kind of where like wrestling just kind of took a downturn.
I feel like the Ruthless Aggression era also kind of hurts too because like they focused a lot of it too with Benoit and Guerrero, and it's like both of them like sadly passed away way too young. So like when you watch the Eddie stuff, it's just sad because you're like, fuck, dude, this guy got taken away really quickly. And then when you watch the Benoit stuff, it's just too dark because like you end up enjoying something and then you're just like, fuck, Benoit did what he did. And it's like, yeah, I just think the Ruthless Aggression era just has a weird taste. That's my opinion.
Definitely.
No, Will Ospreay, he's fine, but I don't like him. I watch whatever Carmelo Hayes does and turns it off. Hey, that's not a bad way to watch it. Carmelo Hayes is great. So, Chase, EA Sports UFC 4 will be free on February 1st for PlayStation Plus members. After you download it, can you broadcast your first video live? I played it already. You guys going to... Maybe I'll do an Isaac Frost walkthrough. Here's the thing. I don't know how to set all that up. I'm too old. If you want to show me a tutorial how to... No, it's... The thing is...
I get it. Like, trust me, I get it. Because Jackson wanted us to do, like, so that he could stream videos. And I'm like, dude, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, no, like here's the thing, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I literally just have a Mac. And I don't know what to do on this thing anymore.
I know how to edit videos. Like, that's what I do for my day job. If you want to check that out, I am also on YouTube at Routt.
Yeah, like that's it. I thought Danhausen was Sean Rossett for a second. What? No way. The first gaming video I seen you do was EA Sports. Yeah, that was I did the DSP. There's this. He's still around. Weirdly enough, he was this one YouTuber. He has a lot of controversy. This guy is like, oh, if you want to go down a rabbit hole of someone who's just been like, he still has people hate watch him. I don't know why. He doesn't get any views, but he used to record, so I used my old flip camera to record NCAA. Like, look, I'm not like a gaming YouTuber too. Like, I'm not someone where it's like I know people want me to do that, but I can try. But like I said, like
chair, Chase. I think the chair like makes people think you're a gamer.
No, yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's just for me. I'm not like really like that. I guess I could do like a UFC thing, but I probably would do like something with Isaac Frost. You know, he's my boy. That's the best made up video game fighter of all time. A few more questions and then I gotta head out, man. Have you watched the Train to Busan movie? It's a Korean zombie film. Why would I watch a Korean movie that I don't understand? No, I'm just kidding. No, I've never heard of it. Sounds cool though, but no, I haven't watched it.
I'm kind of burned out on zombies, but yeah.
I hope Dana negotiates Brock to come back. He won't. Honest thoughts on Squid Game. I like the theme music. I mean, look, when you watch enough anime, Squid Game, it's just like an anime in real life. Like,
and it was a pop culture thing, like Tiger King was, or whatever. When season 2 comes out, we'll really find out if it like was this big thing or if it was just a phenomenon and a fluke.
Oh yeah, dude, Tiger King 2 came out. No one talking about it.
Yep.
And like it literally came out. And it was like, oh yeah, Tiger King 2 came out. Everyone's like, no one checked it out.
Yeah, nobody cared. Like we moved on in our lives.
Chase, do a Piters Pay stream later. Dumb wrestling takes for me is when people say boring meatheads are the only draws when it's not the case, especially in MMA and boxing, when small guys are the biggest draws for the sport. I just think it's presentation. I think, to me personally, I don't care what your size is. Just look presentable. Just look like you can actually fight. That's just me. Like Kevin Owens doesn't look the best, but I believe he could kick most people's asses.
Right. Just like say CM Punk back in the day wasn't the biggest guy, but you still believed he could go out there and kick somebody's ass. And then you saw in UFC that he couldn't, but you know.
Like Sami Zayn, for example. He's supposed to look like that. He's a heel, you know? But if you're going to be like telling me Adam Cole's the next big guy, you know, I'm not saying Adam Cole needs to work out, but I'm just saying, you know, maybe get some definition in those arms. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just like
of him in ROH, and like he was so out of shape, and like in AEW he's kind of lost a little bit of his muscle and stuff. So like that WWE workout routine for him was paying off, but you know, now he's just gonna let it slip apparently.
Yeah, like, and a lot of people say, oh well, no, that's the look at Kenny Omega. A lot of people say, oh, it doesn't matter about the body. No, look at Kenny Omega. Everyone's internet favorite. The dude was a toothpick. And then all of a sudden, he had one match with Kazuchika Okada, and he went on the craziest workout plan and got jacked as shit. So that's why I'm telling people, man, like, presentation is everything. You know, how you present yourself. Like Matt Cardona said this. The artist formerly known as Zack Ryder said this. There's only two things you can control in WWE. Your attitude and your body. And that's the same thing in pro wrestling. You can control your attitude and how you work, and you can control your body. And your body, and I don't care what you say, at the end of the day, wrestling has this stigmatism from casual fans that people think wrestlers are big. And when you see an Adam Cole, and I'm not saying you, Mike, or me, or anyone else watching, or people watching this on the playback.
He's saying general people that don't watch wrestling every week.
Yeah, general people. They think wrestlers are larger than like big guys that could beat up anyone. That's it. We're not saying,
it's because like wrestlers like have been ingrained in people's minds to be like superheroes, whereas they're supposed to be these larger than life people. Because all the big names in wrestling were huge and jacked. I mean, you'd say you look at The Rock. The Rock is the most like jacked person in the world. Mm-hmm. And he was a wrestler. That's what he's known for before all the movies and everything.
Mm-hmm. Was there any dramatic setbacks to the Wrestling Guru's YouTube channel after Mitch made a YouTube channel years later titled Mitch Smith Entertainment? I'm not Mitch. I could find Mitch and ask him. No, I don't know. I honestly don't know, to be honest. Like, I didn't really associate myself with Mitch after the Gurus of Greatness ended.
I talked to him a little bit back in the day, but you know.
Low-key, Undertaker became a bigger star when Austin and Rock left since they had no one else to push. Yep. Mm-hmm. How you broadcast the PlayStation 5 is you take your DualSense controller, press the share button, and press X to broadcast on YouTube or Twitch. Yeah, but then how do you guys see me? That's a question. How am I supposed to be on? Like, you guys need to see me. I'm the star, not the video game. I'm the star, damn it. But yeah, no, I'll definitely try to set up a Twitch stream. You know, like if I'm going to stream video games, it's going to be on Twitch. I ain't going to stream on YouTube. And the reason being is YouTube is way too like, I am not trying my best to like turn down the volume of all the music. Like, no, I like playing with the music. The music stays. I ain't getting rid of that because YouTube is very anal about stuff, you know?
Right.
But yeah, I'll definitely.
You're not going back and editing your video of you playing a video game.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be all like, all right, well, I gotta go edit out this music, the walkout music for the no.
No, you want to play the game as it happens and then be done with it.
Yeah. Chase, you got to stream WWE 2K22. Fine, I'll do it. I'll get it. I don't want to, but I'll do it. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe. Stop stream pressuring me, guys.
They just want more of you, Chase.
Yeah. I don't like reviewing either. Favorite Royal Rumble match? My favorite Royal Rumble match, I would say 2005. It has like a lot of highlights. Daniel Puder getting beaten up. A song getting beaten up by everyone. I like the ending. Vince blowing out his quads. I mean, yeah, that's my favorite.
I can't think what my favorite is off the top of my head. I'd have to go back and look. I apologize. I'm not as up to date on my wrestling as I used to be.
Oh, it hits different. Fine. You know what, guys? I'm not gonna make any super promises. Let's see what what day is it? Because February is coming up next week. I'm gonna say this. I'll give you guys a stream. I'll try to set up something for like sometime in February. Yeah, I'll set something up. Okay. Leave me alone about streaming.
Let's do up to Ronin Ghost and then call it a night.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what we're doing.
The second Ronin Ghost and call it a night.
So I can't use. What about? I have like a nice Logitech camera. I ain't gonna do that. Is there like a cat? Ronin Ghost, send me a link to like a capture card. If you can do that, then we'll be in business. Like send me a link to that shit. Best scene in Spider-Man No Way Home is a 3 Spider-Man swinging. Oh yeah, I told people that scene was better than Avengers Assemble. Honest thoughts on Bret Hart for both of you guys: overrated or underrated?
Overrated.
Yeah, he overrated to me, man.
But like I also hung out with Tony, who like was one of the world's biggest Bret Hart fans. So like I might be biased because I've heard too much about Bret Hart.
What was your favorite Royal Rumble match in the 2010s?
For some reason, I want to say 2012, but I don't remember who won.
Oh, you don't?
I don't think so.
It's a shameful thing. Lost your head. A careless man will wind up. He beat Jericho in the end.
Okay.
My favorite.
It's been a long time since I've gone back and watched stuff.
Come on, guys. You guys should know what my favorite is from the 2010s. That's my second favorite. My favorite's Triple H winning the WWE title. I marked the hell out. AJ Styles debuts in that Rumble. Like, oh my god, I love that Rumble, dude. And everyone's like, Triple H will be such a major heel. Fans were it's all about the game. He came out, the fans marked the fuck out for Triple H. And then when he won, he got the biggest pop. That was the best way of Triple H to win the WWE title. I love that. You know what? I'm going to watch that Rumble tonight. I'm going to load up the cock and watch Rumble 2016. But yeah, that's my favorite. No, yeah, Amir, I remember you were like, I don't know why people are mad. Triple H deserved that. Triple H needed that. He needed that Rumble. He needed that. And then Jogging King's final question is, worst Rumble winner for you guys? Well, it was Hulk Hogan in 1991 because you should have had the Ultimate Warrior win the Rumble.
Who was it like 3 years ago that won that like everybody was pissed that he came back and won?
Batista?
I think so, yeah. Like that was just bad. Just to have him fight Triple H or whatever. I can't remember the story.
Oh, no, that wasn't the story. Triple H won the Rumble, and then he fought Roman.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been, like I said, it's been a while since I've watched the Rumbles. I let that wrestling knowledge just fall out of my head since I wasn't doing shows about it anymore.
All right, and thanks, Ronan Ghost. I'll check that out later and stuff. But yeah, I'll check it out because I want, dude. Like, I paid money for this Logitech camera. I have this nice ass microphone. I ain't gonna use anything else. Like, I ain't gonna freaking sit here and stream anything else. So yeah, that'll be useful. All right, Mike. Do you have anything else that you would like to add before we sign off for tonight?
No. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you'll check out my channel. Just search Routt, MROUTT. It says Unrestricted Minds Media on there. That's the company I'm starting. I do videos. I'm going to start doing more wrestling videos and more like content on there and streaming videos like these.
Nice.
Just waiting to move some stuff out of a room so I can turn it into an office.
And you guys know where you can find me. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseLauer68. Share this with loved ones and friends. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.